Hi guys, we're here with one of our previous builds you might have seen on YouTube, R1P186. So this is going to be our second drag challenge car. We're going to start playing around with this car. We've bought a turbo kit off Marketplace on Facebook for it, so we haven't really delved into the turbo side of things. So we'll have a fiddle around, see what we can do with this. The VL's on the back burner at the minute waiting for parts, so we thought we'd better get in and get started on something else. So this is number 2 car. And while we're going, we're going to pull the old brake booster off, send that off to get reconditioned because we don't know how long that's going to be and it's as old as the car is. We've got Paul Rogers building a new gearbox for it at the minute, so while that's happening we're going to test fit all the turbo kit to it, make sure everything's good and we don't need any parts because parts are a pain in the ass to get at the moment, like everyone knows, and we'll see where we get to. Alright, so we're just going to start stripping it down. So I'll pull the airbox off, I might pull the radiator out of it and drain the coolant and stuff out. I'll pull the exhaust off it, so pull the extractors off and make sure that the headers that we've got will fit up for the turbo. Just make sure everything's going to work before I pull the engine out to do the oil return and stuff for the turbo. We're just going a bit primitive here, a bit old school, using the jack and jack stands because all the other hoists in the joint seem to be tied up with dead cars at the minute. We've got a VL dead on one and a Tirana dead on another one, so we'll just crawl around on the ground for a bit. We've got the passenger side exhaust manifold, so the one the turbo bolts to. We'll test fit that up, make sure that's going to fit in here. We'll put the turbo up, try and see where it's going to sit. So we're going to have to lose the battery tray out of it altogether, I'd reckon, or at least take the whole front half off it to run out to the intercooler. Other than that, it doesn't look too bad. Might need to change the alternator because it's the crossover pipe's touching on the front of the alternator. So we've all been pretty smooth sailing until this. The wastegate actually doesn't fit. It hits a sway bar, so we have to go to the drawing board on this one and see what we're going to do there. If we modify this crossover pipe or remove a sway bar, or don't really know what else, one of those two. We'll figure it out, but if that's the least of the problems, we're pretty good, I think. We're just going to pull the front off, try to fit the intercooler and stuff in, find out where we're going to put holes through the front here, and then see where we're at. Hopefully it doesn't take too much and all fits in pretty snug. Alright, we're just going to put the intercooler up to the front of it and find out where we're going to put the holes through so we can run the cooler piping to it. And then we'll get the radiator out and try and suss out what we're going to have to do with the crossover pipe. We're just going to pull the turbo and dump pipe and radiator out of it now, and then get one of the fab guys to come down. You'll suss out what we're going to do for this crossover pipe at the front and hopefully make inroads on it. factory battery tray is going to foul on the turbo, so I'm going to try and relocate the battery tray just to the opposing side so I don't have to run cables to the back and all that sort of stuff. So while the fab guy's making up the crossover pipe, I'll get in here and try and mirror the battery to this side, and then we should be making headway. I've just fitted up a set of semi-slicks that we've had laying up in the backyard to see if they'll fit under the back of it, but turns out the offset's wrong on the wheel, so we've got about 80 mil on the inside of the tub to go back that way, so hopefully we can buy a different offset rim. If not, we'll have to shorten the housing up about 25 mil aside, suck them back in so they don't look stupid when we put the standard wheels back on. We've got our crossover pipe all sorted now. We've got everything pretty much roughed in how we want to do it. So we're to the point, we pull it all back off, pull the engine out, we'll give the engine bay a quick paint up just to make it look a little bit more presentable in here. I'll get the booster out while we're going. So that'll be a wrap for this episode. Thanks for watching.